Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Limbus Company. Let's continue.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
So Guido's down. We still have to deal with Cromer.
늦으면 매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
거치적거리지만 마. 꿰어라. 여기서
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
정화. 대안에도 충분하다. 다음은 어디요?
카론, 기다리는 거 못해.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
기다려줄게.
물러서지 않겠습니다.
God, 6 clashes. I saw a video that was like 30 clashes. It's ridiculous. Also, I barely avoided that attack with the evade.
꽤 잘 갈렸고.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어. 여행에는 목적이 있었지. 검을 덜 갈았었나? 대안에도 충분합니다. 꽤 잘 갈렸고. 흙으로.
Alright, quick and easy.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
Alright, underpass. Sinclair showed us the basement with a suspicious passage. Faust assumes this tunnel was made by Encore staff.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
We entered the charred mansion, and Sinclair led us to the basement. When he opened the door, a long underpass leading to an unknown destination was revealed to us. To think there'd be a tunnel down here.
아마 제 짐작이 맞는다면 이 통로가 로보토미 집으로 이어지는 통로일 거예요.
So, if my guess is right, then this passage should lead to the branch facility.
지하실에 대체 왜 이런 수상한 통로가 있는 거야?
Why are you keeping this shifty shaft in your basement?
원래는 없었어요.
It wasn't here before.
뭐? 그럼 우릴 어떻게 알고 지하실로 안내한 건데?
What? Then how'd you know we ought to go to the basement?
나침반이 북쪽 방향에 이끌리듯이 그냥 느낌으로 알 수 있었던 것뿐이에요.
It's like how magnetic fields draw a compass needle northward. I was brought here by intuition.
그거 아니었나요?
Isn't that what it is?
저희를 가지를 향한 나침반으로 쓰려고 데리고 다니는 거.
You're bringing us along to use as sensors for the bows. Sinclair quietly looked at Faust. Instead of answering him, she strode past him and stood before the door.
재질을 보아하니 비교적 최근에 만들어진 것 같군요.
Judging from the material, this tunnel seems to have been made relatively recently.
아마 엔사의 파견원들이 이곳을 점령하며 만들어 놓았겠죠.
It was likely dug by Encor's expeditionary forces when they had occupied the town.
짧은 길은 아닐 거예요. 그들만을 위한 통로인 만큼 적들을 마주칠 가능성도 다분하겠죠.
It won't be a short trip, given that this passage was excavated for their use. We will assuredly run into foes on the way.
준비되었으면 출발하죠.
We should move once we are ready.
그렇게 쳐다보지 마세요, 단테.
Don't give me that look, Dante.
저는 아무 말도 할 수 없을 뿐이에요.
I'm simply not in the position to comment on it.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해.
Alright,
1초만
different scenery.
기다려줄게.
정화!
Kick.
미담이 휘청거리는군. 꽤 잘 갈렸고.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
물러서지 않겠습니다. 알겠어. 죽음으로 참여하라.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어. 끝이 꽤잘
Okay, next wave.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Oh, don't have it. Okay. Not much we can do about it then.
정화.
Yeah, even at level 30, these things are
대항에도 충분합니다.
keeping up with me.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Alright, this should be fine. Get rip slash going. Or rip space, sorry.
거치적거리지만 마. 알겠어. 침착한 결과입니다.
$146 damage.
죽음으로
I mean, the only drawback is you have to have 10 charge to get those big numbers, but which can be kind of hard if you get nothing but yellows. If you don't get leap, it gets rough.
이게 바로 소위 말하는 엘리트. 나스.
Alright, 321. Yeah, definitely level is getting up there, so we're pretty much even at this point. We continue to follow the underground passage. The branch facility feels closer.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
하룬,
5 on 5.
기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
정화.
God, I barely won that
늦으면
clash
리피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
with Faust there.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어. 알겠어.
끝. 검을 덜 갈았어. 인간이 휘청거리는군.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
정화. 꽤 잘 갈렸고. 침착한 결과입니다.
강은 어디요?
죽음으로 참여하라. 죽음으로 참여하라.
Alright, this one's gonna be a bit rough.
리피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
But we have Rip Space. But it's against that. Hopefully I win the clash.
거치적거리지만 마.
Perfect. Yeah, it says neutral, but that is not correct.
지금이 기회인 것 같죠?
So yeah, leap with Rip Space took from 100% to 0.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마. 뜨거운 불꽃이 마음을 녹일 수 있다면. 자!
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
물러서지 않겠습니다. 뜨거운 불꽃이
119. That's stagger for you.
침착한 결과입니다. 검을 덜 갈았었나?
알겠어. 알겠어. 깨어라. 밝으로. 이걸로 나는 더 높은 자리로.
Alright, here we are at the dungeon. So we don't need Ekiflin anymore, so we just do that. Alright. Difficulty 30, so it went from 27 to 30. Alright. Let's enter. Yeah, this was back when they were still doing the past missions where you had to defeat an abnormality every day. So that's why I have the episode 1 story dungeon active. So we'll forfeit it and start this one. All right, I take everybody for this. Yep, this is fine. We always have Ishmael as a backup.
기차와 같이 달려나가겠소!
The branch facility we entered was not as well preserved as the one we had visited in District 4. It seems Encore's Inquisitors have been using this place as their base for a while. Various torture devices and bits of flesh and machinery like those we saw in the town came into my sight.
이제 제발 그만해. 너무 고통스러워서.
Please stop. It hurts so much.
여자가 고통을 논하는군.
This one speaks of suffering.
필시 거짓 아픔일 것이다. 신경 쓸 것 없다.
It must be a false cry. Pay it no mind.
아니야. 정말 아파. 아프다고요.
No, the pain. It's real, I swear.
불순물을 몸에 붙일 때는 아프지 않았는가? 인간이기를 그만두는데 마음이 소리치진 않았는가?
Did it not hurt to attach these impurities to your flesh? Did your conscience not scream as you rejected your humanity?
그만. 이자가 참회를 하기엔 이미 늦었다.
Enough. This one is too far gone to repent.
보아라. 눈물도 흘리지 않지 않는가? 거짓 고해하는 것이다.
Does the absence of tears not say enough? This one is only pretending to confess.
아니야. 눈물 흘릴 수 있어. 그러니까 제발.
No, wait. I can shed tears, so I beg you, please.
확인하지 않을 필요까지는 없지 않겠는가?
We can afford to verify, can we not?
물론 거짓 없는 울음은 인간성을 의미할 테니.
Indeed, for a genuine effusion of sorrow suggests humanity.
감사합니다. 정말 감사합니다.
Thank you so much.
자, 그대의 눈을 들추어 보겠다.
Now we shall lift your eye.
눈물샘마저도 추악한 불순물로 몸에 붙인다고 하니 직접 보지 않으면 신뢰할 수 없다.
Their heretical depravity knows no bounds. They've gone so far as to make vile devices that mimic tear glands. We must see with our own true eyes that this isn't the case.
그대의 눈을 뽑아 그 자리에 살이 들어차 있다면 내보내주도록 하지.
We'll let you go if we can confirm that your eye socket is indeed of flesh and blood.
뭐? 안 돼. 안 돼.
What? No, stop. Huzzah.
이단은 벌레와도 같군.
You heretics truly are like pests.
홀로 자리하지 않고 끊임없이 대업을 방해하는 것이 아주 흡사하도다.
Never alone with a habit of constantly obstructing our great task, you are kindred and creatures indeed. Rada shrugged and looked when I looked back.
왜? 이번엔 나도 한번 나서보고 싶었어.
What? I wanted to take charge for once. Alright. So we can either go straight to abnormalities or fight regular guys. Inquisitors have transformed this branch facility into a torture chamber for prosthesis users committing blood-curdling murders. The townsfolk were powerless against such torment. Okay, just wanted to see what the differences are. Basement entrance, are these both the same? Yep. Okay. Hey, back to level 23. We will take you, and you. Let's go.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
I think we've read these ones already. The wheel was, yeah. If you need to, you can pause it. If it was one I hadn't read yet. All right, off we go. So, dominating, favored. I'll fix that, and then. Alright. Good enough for me.
물러서지 않겠습니다.
Hammer versus wheel. Wheel loses.
대성공이야.
Huge success. Karen's excited. Permission to
노래
sing.
부를까?
Yes, I think that skipped the final stab of the nail there because I failed one of the clashes.
착한 결과입니다.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마. 죽음으로 참여하라.
All right. Nice little warm up.
뭐야? 그새 제법 싸우는 폼이 발전했는데요.
Well, B, you've all gotten better at fighting, haven't you? A faint voice calls to us from the corner.
소드씨.
Sade. Sade was resting against the wall, exhausted. She was covered in bites and gnawings left by the Pecatula.
괜찮으세요? 일어설 수 있으시겠어요?
Are you alright? Can you get up easily? Sade could barely talk, let alone stand on her feet. She slowly began to speak, each word filled with pain.
에피는 어떻게
Effie, how is he?
살아있죠? 밖에서 만났죠?
Alive, yeah? You must have met outside. Everyone is hesitant to answer Sade's desperate question. How could any of us inform her of the morbid state Effie was in and how we had to put him out of his misery?
네, 살아있어요.
Yes, he's doing fine now. Honglu answered quietly. No senator came forward to elaborate.
잡담은 그만하지.
That's enough chatter.
또 그 이상한 것들이 기어오는 듯하니.
It seems more of those oddities are crawling our way. A swarm of Pecatula approached us. It was as though our guilt about lying to her had gained physical form. We met a dying Sade next to the entrance. No one could truthfully answer her desperate question about Effie's status.
파우스트가
Wish it would save my team so I don't have to do it every time.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Those look like awful lumps of flesh. Has an ugly maw at the front. I thought it was a tongue at first, but what's inside that maw was a hand. A hand made from two twisted arms coiling around each other. I saw the eye inside stare into me. As if that wasn't enough, it looked eager to devour me and nourish its flesh. Even if I couldn't hear it, I could tell. It wasn't the first time I saw that kind of gaze. Alright, let's do this.
정화. 흙에서 흙으로.
대성공이야. 카론 신나. 노래 부를까?
Oh, what happened there? Why did I mess up my clashes?
충분합니다.
죽음으로 참여하라.
적들이 흔들흔들.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I apparently messed something up there.
정화.
At least we'll get the kill in before the burn triggers. So we took a little bit of damage, but it's nothing serious. Oh, it does still trigger. Okay. Well, it's only 2 damage. Alright, fancy event room. Machinery room. There's a machine in this dilapidated room. A long, bulky lever is at the center of the machine, adorned with springs. The urge to pull it is growing stronger and stronger. What will you do? Use the machine, 50% chance for positive effect. Yeah, leave the room. You're not a child anymore. You can resist simple impulses like this. It's never a good idea to fall for temptation without a second thought. Yeah, good thinking. You and the sinners left the room. Nothing happened. Alright, Cat, you gotta get off the desk. Alright, next is the gate. Even after several battles, Guido still pursued us with a terrifying persistence. We stopped him at last, and leaving Sade behind, we proceed to the next area. Everything was a terrible mess, and nobody had the energy for words. You see a large gate in the distance. There's something eerie about the pointed fences and stone walls. It looks to be the only way through this area, but it's guarded by a large number of inquisitors. Is there anything we can do about them? Strike them from behind, run a pride check, and then begin a combat encounter. Pass above all allies and reduce the number of waves by 1. Run a lust check, then begin a combat encounter. Pass to reduce the number of waves by 2. Confront them directly, begin a combat encounter with all 3 waves. So the question is do we have high enough lust? I mean, sure, let's give it a shot. Distract them. We might be able to distract him by making some noise. The problem is how to go about it. Yeah, our chances are actually that super high, unfortunately. Hear ye, for I have a plan. Might as well hear her out. You're not sure if it's the best idea exactly, but it might not hurt either. So, Faust would have to pass two coins. Meanwhile, Ryoshu and Heathcliff has to only pass 1, but they only have 2 coins. Barely. Ryoshu made their move. Wait, is that? Hey, we should check it out. Inquisitors guarding the gate left their post to investigate the source of the noise. So doth the diversion return. 'Tis exactly as I spake. A plan without fall, from conception to conclusion, the mastermind proudly exclaims. Honestly, didn't expect it to work this well. We'll be able to pass once we've dealt with the remaining Inquisitors. Enemy waves reduced by 2 for the next battle. Win the battle to gain EGO gift, a sign.
죽이 좀 맞았어.
Came to an agreement. I'm assuming that was Don Quixote's plan. Alright, 1 wave shouldn't be bad at all. But it kind of depends on which wave they give us. If it's the last wave, then it's going to be a bunch of people. Okay, thank you. If it was the last wave where everything has double dice, it might have been a slightly more troubling issue.
거치적거리지만 마. 검을 덜 갈았었니? 꽤 잘 갈렸고.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
물러서지 않겠습니다.
대단히 휘청거리는군.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
I actually have to be careful about taking damage since it carries over. I mean, I think we're almost done with the floor, so we'll get a refresh then.
죽음으로 참여하라. 죽음으로 참여하라.
Okay, cat, get off the desk. I heard that familiar yet ominous sound of a nail being dragged across the floor from not too far away.
관리자님, 앞으로는 확인 사살을 기본 전투기에게 넣는 것이 어떠신지 건의드립니다.
Manager, if I may be forward, I would suggest soon including steps in your combat protocol to confirm that our foes are dead. The thought of his return makes what hair I have stand on end.
이단은 말살되어야 한다.
Ye heretics must be exterminated. I'm pretty sure I watched you die this time. You didn't run off. How long have you been... Guido approaches at a slower gait than before, but his gaze is firmly fixed on me.
그리고 나머지는
And
성화한다.
the rest shall be purified. I needed to rewind the clock. Most of the sinners were either dead or gravely injured. No, they weren't. They were fine. There was no way an effectively non-combatant manager and someone barely holding on to her life could take him.
멈추세요.
Please stop. Just then, Sade pulled out a gun. She pointed the barrel at me.
움직이지 마시길 바랍니다.
I need you to keep still.
그 시계를 돌리는 순간 제 총이 그대로 머리를 꿰뚫어 버릴 거예요.
The moment you try to turn that clock, my gun will blow off your head. Sade.
그렇게 쳐다봐도 저한텐 안 들려요. 하지만 말해드릴게요.
Don't look at me like that. I can't hear you, but I can tell you this.
당신을 없애는데 협조하면 에피는 살려서 보내준다고 했어요.
They promised to let Effie go if I helped to get rid of you. So much for lying.
시간을 지나치게 오래 끌었다.
I've let too much time pass. Guido comes to me and grabs me by the neck. Then he grips my head tightly with his other hand as if to crush it. The creaks, cracks, and rattles ring inside my head. His fingers being inches away from shattering my head terrifies me. Is this it? Is this how I die? Could this have turned out differently if I was a better manager? I remember Heathcliff menacingly asking if there was a way to open up my head so he could see what's inside. Tough luck, Heathcliff. You'll be missing out on a good show. I heard a sound. It was the sound of something breaking. Fortunately for me, it didn't come from my head. Guido staggered. A nail was lodged in his back, and Sinclair was gasping for air behind him. He was nearly unconscious, lying still until moments ago. It's a miracle that he managed to get up and do this. I could escape Guido's grasp thanks to him, but Guido stood firm despite Sinclair's desperate attack. He collected his breath and slowly turned around.
그렇군.
I see.
그대 또한 이단이라는 것이군.
You too are a filthy heretic.
너희들 다 미쳤어. 제정신이 아니야.
You're all insane, out of your minds.
지는 자께서 말씀하셨지.
The one who grips had once said
그대도 또한 지는 자일 수 있었다고.
that you could have become the one as well.
그러나
What a shame.
쥐는 방향이 잘못되었군.
You grip with the wrong direction. Sinclair, run away. I can't help you.
아니요. 이제 안 도망쳐요.
No, I'm not running anymore.
좋은 대답이네요, 싱클레어 씨.
I like that answer, Sinclair. Gunfire filled my ears, but the bullet struck Guido's head.
스스로 멸망에 이르는 자들이여.
You who bring ruination upon yourselves.
망치는 계속해서
The hammer shall continue to pursue you. But with those words, Guido fell to the floor, motionless. And in that hush, I heard her handgun drop to the floor. Sade,
에피는 역시 죽었죠?
Effie, he's dead, isn't he?
당신들은 허술해요. 거짓말을 하려면 좀 그럴듯한 표정이라도 짓던가요.
You're all terrible liars. I at least try to make it somewhat believable.
소드 씨, 얼른 나가자고. 지혈 좀 하고 그러면은 괜찮을 거야.
Come on, Sade, let's get out of here. You'll be okay. Just gotta stop the bleeding and get you patched up.
맞아요. 제가 지혈대를 챙겨...
Right, I'll get a tourniquet.
무슨 말을 하는 거예요? 제대로 움직이기도 힘든데.
Don't be stupid. I can hardly lift a finger.
더군다나 저 신문관들은 계속 올 텐데요. 당신들은 계속 내려가야 하잖아요.
Besides, those inquisitors will keep on coming, won't they? You guys need to keep moving down.
제가 여길 맡을 겁니다. 먼저 가세요.
I'll hold them off here. You should go.
어떻게 그래요?
You can't, you can't do that.
제대로 움직이기도 힘들다면서요. 그래서는 어떻게 뒤를 맡기겠어요? 네?
You said yourself that you can hardly lift a finger. I can't let you watch our backs when you're in such a mess, please.
저기... 이럴 땐 그냥 고개 끄덕이고 잽싸게 넘어가면 되는 거랍니다.
You know, in moments like this, you're supposed to just nod at me and be on your way.
격 떨어지게 남은 사람 걱정을 왜 하는 거예요?
Why do you care so much about the one who volunteered to stay behind?
그치만
You can't just...
아... 이거 진짜 구질구질한 장면인 거 알아요? 기껏 멋있는 구도가 잡혔잖아요.
You're making this pretty awkward, you know that? Here, I thought I could have a cool farewell.
파우스트, 얼른 이 멍청이들 데리고 가줘요.
Faust, please take these absolute dorks out of here.
베르길리우스 씨한테는 안부 전해드리죠.
I'll make sure to give Vergilius your regards.
안부는 무슨...
No need.
인사나 한번 와달라고 해주세요. 무슨 뜻인지 알죠?
Just tell him to come visit and say hello someday. You know what I mean.
네.
Of course. We headed for the next area, leaving Sade to die. We all stayed silent for a long while. Well, our track record for secondary NPCs has not been great. A sign. Sinclair's determination to stand up to Cromer after 3 strokes have been drawn. Okay. So it doesn't actually do anything. Fantastic. So we have abnormalities that way. What is the sealed door all about? I hear the sound of something scuttling along the floor. I wonder what it might be, but part of me doesn't want to find out. Find out. A steel door rests on one side of the room. It looks too thick to be easily broken or breached with force. There's got to be something totally valuable through through here if it's guarded this tight. The senator might be right. Treasure might be way behind the door. What should you do? Look around for solution, you sloth. There's got to be some way through other than brute force. Perhaps a thorough look around could reveal something. God, these checks are actually a lot more difficult now. So you would have to pass 2 checks. 2 checks. You would have to pass 2 checks out of 4. And then this here, yeah, 1 for 1. Okay. Let's do, oh, you have 0. Yeah, let's use characters that actually have sanity. Unfortunately, you don't have many. Alright, we'll just use you then. Failed. We should have looked around the door. But they were unable to find anything even after a good crack at it. Oh well. We had no choice but to leave the room behind. Select ID. Oh, well. Minus.
거지적거려서 그런 거야.
Alright, well. It still lets me go through this way. So I don't know what to think of that. Prison area. They have elite training quarters. That's probably not a good place to be. But that ain't gonna stop me.
같이 달려나가겠어. 하론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Strange, this doesn't look that fancy to be honest.
물러서지 않겠습니다.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야? 정화. 다음은 어디요?
검을 덜 갈았는데 대항에도 충분합니다. 침착한 결과입니다. 침착한 결과입니다.
Alright, well, nothing special there. There's a safe point there, and then an event down there. Alright, fighting off corroded inquisitors, we made our way for the golden bow.
기차와 같이 달려나가겠어! 하론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게. 정화!
I actually have to like look at the skills now to actually make sure I'm not completely, you know, killing myself.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
So yeah, this Dark Cloud Blade, all you need is 3 lust and it actually does damage to everything that has bleed. And this group actually has a lot of bleed now thanks to the nails. So it's just a bunch of free damage. I don't know when it triggers though.
다음은 어디요?
침착한 결과입니다.
Torture chamber. I can hear the sound of something scuttling along the floor. I wonder what it might be, but okay. The Encore Inquisitors were busy torturing someone. Yeah. Filter screams fills the cramped room. Their victims are people with prosthetic bodies. Sinclair didn't utter a word, but his eyes full of wrath and fear were mixed on the torturers. He breathed heavily at irregular intervals, his body shaking. He looks like he might charge forth at any second. Do you stop him, or... So yeah, if you don't, he loses sanity. Oh. Use Sinclair to forward the check to gain a sign pass to weaken all enemies. We may not be valiant knights, yet even casting morals aside, we will have to fight them to move on. Do you really mean it? When you explain your plan to Sinclair, he looks back at you with surprise. I thought you would stop me. He spoke anxiously, but he seemed nevertheless happy with the decision. Got it, I'll do it. Sinclair sprinted to where the Inquisitors were alongside the other senators. He gets 30 sanity. Don Quixote gets 10 sanity. The heretics have appeared. As the senators approach, the Inquisitors cast their victims aside to charge at us. You bastards! Sinclair stood against them at the forefront, but that hammer might be too big for Sinclair's weapon to stop. Alright, but if you use Sinclair, he supposedly will get a mark, so let's do it. Oh my god, I swear if I had failed that. After all, this is his fight first and foremost. Rah! Sinclair locked his halberd against the handle of the hammer and parried it to the side. With their leader's attack thwarted, the Inquisitors were thrown into disarray. We'll be able to keep the flow of the battle in our favor by taking the lead now. Got a sign. All enemies are afflicted with 5 attack power down.
다행이에요.
Thank goodness I made it. I'm curious about the 3 signs and seeing what they do.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Okay, 4 doesn't matter. All I need is 3. So if I do that.
거치적거리지만 마.
미간이 휘청거리는군. 지금 핵이 있는 것 같소. 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야? 내 앞을 막을 자는 없어! 깨어라! 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
장화.
활그로. 다음은 어디요?
Alright, good stuff. Alright, second sign. Enter the chapel. Alright. I can hear the sound of something scuttling along the floor. I wonder what it might be, but part of me doesn't want to find out. Got it. Well, it's probably an abnormality fight. Oh, it won't let me actually go back. Alright, well, I guess I will call it here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and call it here. I am Dita Prestigior. This was Limbus Company. I'll see you guys in a bit.